How's it going, everyone? Hope you're all well and staying safe at this time. Welcome back to the shed. Let's try and get a bit of normality going and just crack back on with the bike. So this weekend I'm just going to I need to just do some boring stuff. I need to just get some cleaning done. The engine needs a good clean and degrease. I want to touch up some of the paint. I had a quick look back on the video. I think it was like 4 years ago, I think, when I first painted the engine, and that's been used every day since then, really. So so there's a little bit of wear and tear, not much, just a bit around the kind of the fins on the barrels. So I want to kind of just tidy that up a little bit whilst it's all out and accessible. Clean up as much of the wiring loom as I can. Initially, literally just clean it. There's all sorts of, years worth of crap just accumulated on it, and then possibly well, the idea is, if I can get the engine done and painted up, possibly this weekend get it in the Bonneville frame. That might be a bit ambitious, and then I can start kind of looking at the wiring loom, because obviously it's an America wiring loom, so stuff is located differently. I need to work out what I can chop, change, additional brackets I might need, la-di-da-di-da-di-da. So that's kind of the next stage, so I can start getting any additional tabs and brackets on the frame that I need, and try and iron out any problems I'm going to find along the way. So yeah, where was I? So just cleaning, and today's Saturday, so I imagine most of today is just going to be cleaning. I probably won't film it because that would just be mind-numbingly dull, and then we'll see how I get on. Paint it, see if I can get it to, well, it should be touch dry overnight, and then maybe see where we're at on Sunday, and start looking at getting it in the frame. Obviously I can't enlist any friends over to help me lift the engine at the moment, so it's all going to be a solo effort, but yeah, let's get cracking.
Surely you've still got it. And if you can just about fit into those jeans you bought 5 years ago, you've definitely still got it. If you can build that flat pack wardrobe without looking at the instructions, you've still got it.
Filtering process, which makes it for legal purposes undeniably deliciously pure.
Okay then, so I just didn't film any of that because that was just a long day cleaning stuff up, very dull, but we're getting there. It's now Sunday, and the paint's kind of dried. It's looking alright. Let's give you a little look over the engine as it is, and take off some of the masking tape. I sprayed up a little clutch guide bracket as well. That was looking a bit crappy, so I thought whilst I've got paint out, I'll give that a spray. Yeah, let's have a look. So it was the old VHT Wrinkle Plus stuff, same as what I initially sprayed it for, and it's turned out quite nicely. Quite nice. What's that showing up? Let's see, move that light out of the way. There we go. It's quite a nice uniform wrinkly finish, so I just need to take off all the tape. Clutch bracket, I'll just give it that another squirt on the underside. But yeah, let's start getting the tape off. So that turned out quite nice, just giving it a little bit of a freshen up. Although I'm now wondering if I should give the old oil cooler a little bit of a blast, just to tart it up a little bit. Yeah, but other than that, it's looking alright. Where is it? Did a bit of overspray there, so I'm just going to whip these inlets off and just clean that little bit of overspray off, because that'll just annoy me. And then think about oil cooler. Right then, frame's back in here, and I'm going to put the 2 old races out of the America frame in that frame for now as a kind of just a sacrificial temporary race. If I need to, oh, mind you, I'm thinking if I need to bother actually, because I'm thinking if I put the frame over this, I don't really need to worry about the front forks and the wheel and all that, because the frame's going to be in. I can work out all the wiring around it, and the main thing is any extra bracketry I might need to add for wiring components possibly, or relocating them on this frame, tabs for whatever seat arrangement I have to bolt the seat to that frame, and an exhaust mount. And really I can do all of that with just the frame on here. I don't need any of the kind of the running gear, the wheels and the swing arm stuff on there. So I might initially, because another reason, just interestingly, the America steering head, you can see these handy little notches that are cut out, which makes it really easy to drift out the head race bearings. Sorry, well, just the races, but unfortunately these are not present on the Bonneville, so you have to kind of just catch the edge of the old race, which is, you know, not difficult, but those came out way quicker because you've got just better surface area to hit on. Anyway, I digress. For the moment I'm not going to paint up the oil cooler. I know it's a little bit ratty, but then this bike is a workhorse bike. I'm not looking for a concourse show horse, yeah, show pony finish. So I don't know, but there's still time for me to do that when this is off for painting. So at the moment, let's not worry about it. Let's get important stuff done. Let's get the frame on there, and then I can work out the important parts of the bracketry and whatnot on this. Okay, so finally, engine's in the frame now, and a lot of just messing around on my own, trying to get it all balanced, and then I don't know if I'm going to probably show any of that footage. I might speed a bit of it up, but yeah, just trying to improvise ways to support the engine, get the frame on it, and then hold another bit up whilst I get the bottom frame rails on, and it's just a lot of faffing around basically, but we're there, sorted. So this kind of, it's really eaten into the weekend actually, messing around with that, cleaning all the bits up. So it's probably not going to be an awful lot in this video, I do apologise, but I have been in here putting the hours in. But I think what I would like to do is just whip the exhaust on. Actually, I'll show you a couple of, before I do that, I'll show you a few of the other things that have just become apparent now, that I need to address at some point. But then, yeah, then I'm going to just offer the exhaust up. This will be the process of kind of working out what bracketry and stuff I need, so exhaust wise, and as I said, with the wire and loom and all that. But I think that'll be the next instalment. But I'll just take you over to the bike. Right then, so what should we start? There's oil cooler, which I mentioned before, but also, yeah, there's some rear engine mounts here, which I neglected to see. Everything else is obviously used off the America, and that all fits fine. The only thing you don't use is there's a spacer that goes on this bolt at the front, because the engine's obviously offset in the America frame, but that's not needed now. But yeah, there's engine mount here and on the other side, which I haven't got spares of. So I will need to either make something up, probably make something up for that, I think, if I can't find any for a reasonably cheap price. They're just kind of like triangular pieces, same on both sides. And the oil cooler, which let me just, actually I'll just flick the torch on so we can see, which I think I mentioned before is it's got the same oil cooler, just slightly different mountings. So this top bit here, that's not a problem, because I can just use the bracket that mounts on there, and that will hold that top bit, so that's cool. The bottom bit, that's where it bolts through, and some tabs down there on the Bonneville one. That's not too bad. On the America, they've just got these lugs that locate down and sit in these little rubber grommets, so I'm going to just have to make something up that sits in there, little L-shaped brackets. That's not too bad. The main sort of slight issue is going to be where this oil line sits kind of in the way of the bottom frame bracket here. So that is going to be, I'm just going to have to work around that somehow. It might be that I can slacken it off here, move that round a bit, I don't know, have to have a little think on that. Yeah, but so that's one to think on. So let's get the exhaust on, and that's probably where I will end the video, I think. Like an idiot, I didn't press record when I was putting the exhaust on the bike, but there we go, that's on there. And then gives me an idea of one of the first things I've got to do to fabricate some kind of bracket. And I'm thinking, obviously the original mass exhaust comes out a fair bit longer. I think when they went on the scrambler, there was a tab welded onto the top of the exhaust, and then that, I think, married up to the top shock bolt. Obviously this has been modified, so I'm going to use these again as a bracket. I did wonder I could weld maybe a bracket on here, But then again, I'm sort of tempted to maybe do something that comes down and mounts upwards off there, if I can make it look discreet and nice enough. Only because then if I change the exhaust at some point, I'm not left with a permanent bracket on here. It's a bit more changeable and removable. I'm pretty sure I'm going to, even though I won't be running a pillion, I'm still going to leave. I did wonder about hacking these off and cleaning up the rear, which I kind of still hum and haw about, but I think they'll prove to be a handy exhaust mount. So I'll see what I can come up with there, but all that is going to be for another day, I think. Okay, thanks for watching then. That's the end of this one. Stay safe in these crazy times, and I shall see you next weekend.